my son I'm loving for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line.
I got him.
Go.
52, right 52. Help. Watch the twist.
Go.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the ground, it's Riddick. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 52. Stop your whining.
Yep.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. They gonna need some therapy after this. 52's the Mike. Mike's right.
Now Riddick. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Okay, ready?
I don't think you got it, son. Double time. Hey. 4 down.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Royce Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
You must be dreaming.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He may try and run for this. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a 1st down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Yellow.
I'm here all day. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check in.
15. Let's go, 8.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Tight dog. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
57. Attack.
Scene 6. 34, Mike, 34. Scoot. Come off the ball,
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
Yellow.
Don't get nervous.
This is Grant. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down now. It's Grant. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Corey Grant, his fourth touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Looking a little bit like a continuation of last week. He had 3 tackles for a loss, and now 1 more here in the first quarter of this game.
And there's been no lack of force by him, taking on the offensive linemen, playing them, but also there's a suddenness to his game. They have that initial contact, and then he's gone, moving upfield and making those plays in the backfield.
It's a big body moving upfield, too. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Lock to throw on second down. Here as he's taken down.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And it's fielded at the 34. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. The Pro Bowler, Chris Harris, is in on the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
15, 15. 15, yellow, 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 yellow.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, get him, get him, get him. You got him. Go, Mike.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Corey Grant with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Butker on for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more.
Theo Riddick past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Theo Riddick. An 80-yard touchdown. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Quick dance. Come.
On 1st down, Grant. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They will run with Grant. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Yellow. Let's go on, 80.
Check tight. Check tight.
Check rip lift.
Check 3. Check 3. Check. Blue dot Quarkus. Blue dot Quarkus.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Wow. 27 Mike. 27 Mike. Mike 27. Not today, you are. Not today.
Attack, attack.
Now Mahomes into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Riddick. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So the Chiefs able to force the safety there. I think you probably give an assist to this Kansas City crowd at Arrowhead.
And don't they love it? They love being part of the game and having an influence on the game because they make it awfully difficult to function, especially when you're backed up deep in your own territory. I think there's a little more going on here than just crowd noise, though. But the home field advantage at Arrowhead, definitely that, a big-time advantage.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Come back.
Safety's creeping.
Here's Grant. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Jim. 61. Matchbox, light. Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
On 3rd down, Grant. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Yellow.
47.
Mahomes now to throw. This one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Check white 47. Check white 47. And watch the leg.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive?
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff, now Locke. That he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Double dog, that's the way.
Lock off of play action. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before half for Locke. This is Riddick on the screen. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken short. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
43, 15.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. Into a double team, and he lost the football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Riddick with a carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They go back to Riddick. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He gets away from one. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Corey Grant, 44 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes.
Now Rocky lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. But he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Go! 52. Here we go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Shoot. 80 weapons.
Freeman again. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Here's Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
It's a gain of 3.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Play action. Now it's Locke. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. On play action, Locke. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go, D, let's go.
They do go for it. It's Locke. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Check, 47. You gonna get this boy?
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From his own end zone, Locke on 3rd and long. He's got his tight end Fant. 25 yards that time. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. It's caught by Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Got it. 52's the mic. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Off play action. Block. Pressure comes and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Lock to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
47's the mic.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point safely through. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, a costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Zoo.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Uses the stiff arm. Theo Riddick. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Theo Riddick with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Well, he just bumped up his personal stats with a 2nd score, but they still have some ground to make up.
Not terrific for today because of what you just said. They're still down on the scoreboard. But later in the year, when he piles it all up and starts to think about contract time, that's a pretty good deal for him. And I know darn well that you got him in fantasy football, don't you?
I don't. You always think I
always think
I just
that.
appreciate that you think I'm smart enough to have him in fantasy.
Well, you are.
Thanks.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. It gets intercepted.
Clock now to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The pass there complete to Sutton. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Go.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Big hold of the 30. He's got this complete to Hamilton. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st. A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. He's going to, and that's caught inside the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. First under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
I don't even know why his team showed up. We're in 52. Big grip.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
Attack!
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Yellow!
Mahomes going to throw it here. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on.